Everybody, JD 1533 here. You know, we got a little project to monkey around with a little bit. You may have seen this on the desk in the background here, the workbench. What this is 5 horsepower Briggs Stratton engine that I picked up for, I think it was 10 bucks. The guy wanted more, and last day of the swap meet, I got it for 10, and I thought it was worth it because it's pretty complete. He said it didn't run and he didn't know why, and that it came off a roto to the best of his knowledge, and it just sat in storage. Nice big gear reduction. I mean, all kinds of good stuff is here. There's no big denting or anything like that on any of the sheet metal, so I think it would be a good candidate to make it nice, you know, go through it, get it running good, and even strip the old paint off and do a new paint job, some new decals, and make a nice new tiller motor out of it as a little project, either to sell or to keep and throw on the tiller. What's interesting about this was the first thing I wanted to do was check from these numbers what the date is. Now all these numbers tell you the displacement, what kind of engine it is, and all that. For now, I just wanted to know when it was built. So I'm going to take these off the stand and get in close and show you that. And here we are looking at the numbers. If I can get in here with my little pointer. And we have model, type, and code. This is the Briggs & Stratton way of doing it. I'm only worried about the code right now. We have the first 6 numbers say when it's built. The last 2 will be the assembly line it came off of. It might be a little hard to see with the light. So, first 2 numbers are the year, 7/8, 1978. Next 2 numbers, 1/2, that's 12. That's December. The next 2 numbers are 0/8. So the day was the 8th. So we have December 8th, 1978. This engine rolled off the assembly line number 07. Pretty neat, I think. And what's really neat is you can Google these dates and find out what day it was made. This engine here was made on a Friday, which could be good or it could be bad, depending on how you look at it. It could be happy workers or workers just wanting to get out of there and get their weekend started. But I'll tell you what, that's why we're going to call this engine King Friday. All right, so the main thing I'm trying to do with this engine for now, not a complete teardown, is just to hopefully go through it and get it running. But I'm just taking my time. So what we're going to have to do is get this carburetor and tank off. I think I want to get off first. We have a nut here we can get to pretty easily, but there's one way back here. I'm sure I could find something to get on that and take it off. What would be easier is just take the carburetor, undo these bolts on the top from the tank, drop the tank out, and then I'll have access to this nut back here. That should make things easier, so let's give it a go. As I get in the way of everybody. This one. One of those cups. One of my laundry detergent cups here, which are very handy to chuck these little parts in. Okay, as we're doing our disassemblies. Lock washer, nice bolts, Phillips head. I'm holding up from the bottom. I don't want to force down because this is what's taking the force, the carburetor body. So I'm just going to use equal force on the back of it so we don't put all the stress here. Wind up cracking it. Come on there, buddy. wants to come. There we go. Same for this one. I forgot one thing that I just thought about again. Okay. And but first we'll get this off. Okay. Let me tilt this engine back so I get a little more clearance, because I got the table under here. I'm fouling and binding a little bit. There we go. Ooh, all right, nice and easy. Alrighty. So there's the tank. We'll take a look at it later. I can see in there. There's like a well in here, and it works with the carburetor. Almost like a fuel bowl in the tank. And there's a little bit of rust in there, but it doesn't look too bad. Do another inspection of this. The inside of this tank looks really good. I haven't shined a light in yet. It looks really good, but hopefully there's no pinholes. Yeah, this looks really good. Looks really nice indeed. All right. Set this aside. Matter of fact, I'll set it back over here. Now to the carburetor. Pickup tube. You know, try not to break things. See a little governor linkage here. And all right, so next we're going to be getting up in there. And it's a hex nut, but it has slots in it for a screwdriver. So let's take this big old Stanley screwdriver, which by the way I bought for $1 at an engine show. That's sweet. Okay. Just going through the old tool buckets and all that. That's what I look for. You know, this nut's loose, so pretty much. So that's why they slotted the end of it. You're going to see in a minute. So you can get better access. I'll put a smaller driver in here so I can get in a little easier. Here we go. It looks aggravating, but it's not. I really enjoy this. Okay, there's our kind of our slotted hex there. And then we have this one to get at, and give me a moment. I'll get a box in on that. I don't really want to try to get a socket in there, but try to get a box in there. I don't need to take the muffler off to get to that. There's enough room. Some kind of washer there. I don't know if somebody put their own washer there or what, but it's all right. These little mini wrenches, man, they've got me out of some jams, I'll tell you. I bought them for one job and I was going to return them, and I said, nah, these are actually pretty nice, these little stubby things. Boy, are they. Love them. All right. Now that part that I was saying I forgot, I'm going to cut that off right there. I didn't even do anything. There it is. So let's take that off. And I need a new parts tray going on, which I don't have ready. So I'll put that there for now. Here's our carburetor. Be careful with that. Gasket. Probably a diaphragm in there. No. Doesn't appear to be in terrible shape at all. It's probably worked just fine. And with that, okay, see a governor spring on here too, which is good to know. I'll put something else. All right. Freezer. Well, at least now I can move it around, not worry about taking that. Alright. Alright, everybody. Stay tuned for part 2 of King Friday, coming up soon.